You and Your Young Child, a program of information and services available for you and your child from prenatal to age 5. You and Your Young Child has been brought to you in part by Sternberg Museum of Natural History, also by The Dentist.
Meet the animals that ruled the world millions of years before the age of dinosaurs. And find out about the worst extinction the world has ever seen. Permian monsters. Life before the dinosaurs.
Now through Labor Day, September 4th, at the Sternberg Museum of Natural History. Come discover a one-of-a-kind family dental center for the whole family at The Dentist. Dr. Melinda Miner and her warm and friendly staff love working with children of all ages to help keep everyone's smile happy and healthy. They recommend all children see the dentist by age 1. The Dentist is now accepting new patients, children and their families. Visit them at 1010 Downing Avenue in Hayes or online at thedentistinhayes.com. See our ad in the Next Tech directory.
Hello, and welcome to You and Your Young Child, the program devoted to early childhood. My name is Dana Stanton, and I'm the coordinator of early childhood grants for USD 489 Connections. And with me today is Holly Kramer. Good afternoon, Holly.
Good afternoon.
Now first, Holly, tell us, what is your job position and what do you do?
I am the mental health coordinator for Early Childhood Connections here, and I consult with teachers, staff, families, if there's any concerns regarding behavior or mental health as it pertains to their schooling or their personal life as well.
Well, right now everybody's kind of in a hurry, and we're thinking about back to school time.
Yes.
And of course, I've got I have a junior and an 8th grader and a 6th grader. But some of our parents out there maybe have a preschooler or a kindergartner. It's their first day of school, so it's maybe a little scarier for a preschooler or a kindergartner than a junior in high school.
Yes.
So I guess the question I'm going to ask, and the topic we're going to talk about today, is how do you prepare your young child, going into preschool, going into kindergarten for their first day of school?
Yes. For preparation, I wouldn't make too big a deal of it. Prepare your child, have a schedule established ahead of time as far as for their morning routine, their bedtime routine. That will help everyone in the family involved. But when discussing school, don't say things like, I'm just going to miss you so much,
I'm
or
gonna cry,
anything that might contribute to their stress or their anxiety. We have to keep ourselves calm as well, but just act excited about school, supportive, mention if you happen to drive by, but just not too big of a deal.
Now, you mentioned something about routines. How important are routines and schedules to young kids getting ready to go to school?
Very important. Children thrive on routines, on a schedule. What just happened? What's going to happen next? What is the expectation of me in this role? So that's very important for them, and try to give them a chance to have a responsibility, no matter how small, because they will have responsibilities at school. So that's important as well, to include that as home too.
Now, say you've done what you said. You haven't made too big a deal about it. You've set to your routine. You drive up to the school and meltdown. I don't want to go in. What are some tips for parents to get them through and get their little one through if that happens?
Yes, for us as parents, I would say take a deep breath yourself, because we have to keep ourselves calm, and those moments are difficult for ourselves as well. So keep ourselves calm, be supportive, but get to the classroom and make the departure brief. Don't linger, don't stick around. That'll just make it harder on you and your child. If you want to have a goodbye ritual, have that established, but make your goodbye as brief as possible and turn them over to the teacher, and they'll go from there.
I know we both work in school buildings, and we've seen a lot of times parents come in and sometimes kids will be weepy, and it's almost as soon as the parent is gone, there might be in a little, but then everything is fine.
Yes.
Everything is fine.
They're busy and ready to go.
They're ready to go. Now, one of the things that I saw as a parent, I've now 3 kids into starting school, is that I think sometimes parents are surprised that they might see a change in their own child once school starts.
Well, every child is very different. You may pick up your child and then you get home and they conk out and sleep until past dinner time. You may get home and they're just talkative, 100 miles an hour, and want to tell you everything that happened in their day. Or they may be very quiet as they process what happened that day. So again, just listen to them, ask them about their day, be supportive, but just be aware they could act a little differently depending on how the day went and what they're thinking about.
Now, this is something that I think most people would realize, but maybe not. How important is keeping that line of communication with your child's teacher open?
Right, very important. Any concern that you might have regarding your child, anything that you think might affect their day at school, whether it be an illness, whether it be a change at home, communicate that with your teacher. If it's an ongoing concern you have and it's hard to catch the teacher at drop off or pick up because everyone is very busy and that's a busy time, you could always have a homeschool journal, put a letter in the bag, but there's so many ways to stay in contact these days, email, phone, but yes, communication with the teacher is key as a part of your child's success at school.
I think sometimes we forget that something traumatic,
Yes.
at home, the pet dies or something
Yes.
like that, that will carry over to the child in the classroom.
Yes,
so
for
it's
sure.
important for teachers to know those things.
Yes.
Now, say you've gone several weeks, and your little one is still having a really rough time, making that transition, leaving you in the morning, dragging the feet. What if that continues to be a problem? What are some suggestions?
Again, I would just communicate with the teacher. Maybe you guys could come up with a plan, maybe a specific goodbye ritual. Maybe you could have something from home, a blanket or a toy to help in those more difficult moments. If you feel like this is very abnormal for your child, though, there could be further issues surrounding it, and you could consult with myself or consult with mental health staff in the community as well.
All right. Now, if someone wanted to get hold of you, what number would they call?
Yes, just call the number here, Early Childhood Connections.
And that's 785-623-2430.
That's correct.
Wonderful information. Thank you, Holly.
Thank you.
You've been watching You and Your Young Child, the program devoted to early childhood. Parents, remember, you are your child's first and best teacher. Thank you.
You and Your Young Child, a program of information and services available for you and your child from prenatal to age 5. You and Your Young Child has been brought to you in part by Sternberg Museum of Natural History, also by The Dentist.